Good morning, everyone. Yesterday, YouTube Rewind came out, and it turns out there's a lot of things that I was just not up to date on about a lot of things that have happened this year. I missed out on a lot of musical hits because I mostly listen to music on the internet. I did not know we had a dance. I know that we have dance memes, but I didn't know about that little arm swinging dance that was going around. I am glad that the shooting star meme was featured. That was an excellent meme, and I'm glad it is the thing that represents last year, according to YouTube. There, of course, are some disappointments. A lot of people were disappointed that PewDiePie wasn't there. I'm not. Markiplier was there, which seemed kind of weird because nobody else that he usually hangs out with would seem to be in there. Like Jack wasn't there, Matthias wasn't there, but I actually saw Matthias's video on why he declined, and I am certainly not going to disparage him for standing up for what he believes is right, and I definitely suggest that you watch that video. Lo and behold, YouTube did demonetize that video as to why he decided not to participate in YouTube Rewind, but everybody has their issues, right? I am very personally disappointed that nothing about the Women's March, some Donald Trump skerfuffles, that the less depressing ones, and a lot of stuff about Black Lives Matter and some stuff that's happened over this past year with white supremacy weren't featured. I can't say I'm totally surprised, but I am definitely disappointed that Women's March and a lot of things happening with women and feminism weren't featured in YouTube Rewind, when those things were just as impacting and consequential as the natural disasters that happened in various places in the world over this past year. I also feel like a lot of YouTube Rewinds have had a lot more energy. Something about this particular YouTube Rewind seemed very docile. I can't really put my finger on it, but it seemed like previous years were less scripted. I know that that's not the proper way to say that because it all has to be scripted, and a lot of people shoot from remote locations and yada yada yada, and there's like a very sensitive time frame on these things. But it was just really something about the energy. And I guess I am placing my own personal bias on that because a lot of things that were important were left out, and it just seemed like they chose to focus on some other things. And I'm also not a huge fan of the Paul brothers who were featured when there's a lot floating around about Jake Paul abusing women on various occasions, and I also saw that video. So I would say that this year's YouTube Rewind just wasn't that good. I'd say that my favorite so far is maybe 2015 YouTube Rewind, to put a positive spin on this. It's just something, I guess it was just fresh back then. Like the first few times they were doing it, it was fresh, and now we kind of know what to expect, and now it's like boring because of it. Even though I didn't know a lot of references because I've been doing a lot of other things this year, it just didn't speak to me like others have spoken to me. And that might be because of some things I previously mentioned, but I know a lot of hard work and a lot of time and energy goes into those things. But I do want to say that with the issues that Matthias brought up, YouTube could definitely stand to treat their users a lot better than they do. I'm not partnered here. I'm partnered over on Dailymotion, and I don't have any complaints about them. But then again, it's not my livelihood. I don't take it super seriously like a lot of other people do. But I do understand being partnered now that I am a partner on a site, so I can understand how that's important to somebody who's trying to make a living off of it. And I would definitely suggest that anyone who has partners or pays their users for content definitely get back to them when they have issues sooner than weeks at a time, and gives them all the information that they need to know how to continue to be successful, like whatever numbers or statistics that they need. But I do hope YouTube definitely takes the lesson and the criticisms that have been going on with them and carry these things over into 2018. And I hope 2018 YouTube Rewind is better and something more fresh. But in the meantime, y'all take care of yourselves and each other, and don't forget to kill your local rapist. Bye.